please? Just for
Call the meeting to order, please.
All right, there we go. Reading of the OPMA statement on February 5th, 2021. Notice of this meeting was posted to the official Bellmawr Redevelopment Agency website and emailed to both the Carrier Post and Gloucester City newspapers for publication. The official notice of Borough's clerk was emailed on February 5th, 2021, which included a request for publication of the notice to the official Bellmawr website and bulletin board. All requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been met in compliance with the Sunshine Law. So now we have the flag salute. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we got a roll call. Chairman Frank Philippek.
Here.
Commissioner Ray Bider.
Here.
Mr. Capato said he could not make it. Commissioner Whitman.
Here.
Commissioner Patel had a prior engagement that he could not, a family matter, so he could not make it. And Commissioner Simpson.
Here.
All right. Thank you, Jeff. The management professionals, Josh Tregear, Executive Director. I am here. Michael McKenna, Solicitor.
Present.
Dennis McNulty, Engineer. I believe I saw him jump on. Confirm that in a minute. But let's begin with the, we have a regular agenda for this evening, and we will begin with the reading of the minutes from the previous meeting, which is November 15th, 2021. Just need a motion.
Make my motion to accept the minutes.
All right, I have a motion from Chairman Philippek. I believe Mr. Bider on the second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All right, communications. We did receive the redevelopers report, and that was functioned in the presentation. It was also included with the materials that were sent to you as well. Mr. McKenna will again do a skimming review of that during his portion. Additionally, we also received the traffic engineers report, which was included with the documents as well. That brings us to commissioner reports. Anybody have anything? If not, I will move on. All right, moving on. Executive Director's report, again, just going through the issues over the last couple of months of the admin's data transfer and inline relation to the audit. For as far as the admin's data, happy to report that 2019 is complete, 2020 and 2021 are nearly complete. Now that 29 has been complete, the auditor has all documentation and files in their possession, and all required support documents have been in their hands and now are under review. So I'm just waiting for them to finalize, which we are on schedule for that at the reorg meeting. Unfortunately, Bowman, right around the beginning of December, sent me a note that they had lost 3 people in their government department. So they are hustling up. They know how important this is to get this done, and we are targeting the reorg for the reading of that. All remaining reporting will be done in a stair-step fashion in line according to that schedule, culminating by the end of Q2 of next year, and we'll be completely caught up. With that, in addition, we have our year-end close, just looking at the reorg meeting and the 2022 schedule, which will which will be to be determined. I'll touch base with everyone after the boroughs reorg, which is Friday, January 7th. In addition, also published and processed the professional services RFP for calendar year 2022. Received all the submittals from the vendors, and I have provided a link in the materials for the board to review those as well. Before I move on to Mr. McKenna, are there any questions for me?
None.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Moving on to Mr. McKenna.
Thanks, Josh. We have before us the status report from the Redevelopers Council, and it does reflect incremental but steady progress on all fronts. By way of just a quick skim, The Tidelands, as I indicated to you, is a settled matter. Nevertheless, it has to wend its way through a bureaucratic process among multiple state agencies. Presently, it is in the last set of hands that are going to touch it, and that's the Attorney General to review the final documentation, which makes sense. The State Attorney General is the lawyer for the state. This is a title document, not title. I don't mean to be punny here, but the idea is it has to be perfect in order to have title matters perfect. On the redevelopment process, my office, Mr. Weinstein and Mr. Nagowski, continue to push forward on various aspects of getting to a closing ultimately. This includes recent revisions to the various milestones and timelines, pushing the insurance along a path with Connor Strong, monitoring the NJDEP approved rough grading at the top so that the site will be ready. And lastly, something that perhaps has been flying under the radar all along, there was an update to the developer's security performance bond of $1 million. That is what will, when we take title, protect the borough and the agency going forward for costs. And some of those costs, we've had some estimates from the LSRP, is something in the order of $45,000 a year. So $1 million is deemed to be more than adequate. Nevertheless, we're going to have Mr. McNulty review it again just to make sure it's up to date. It has been reviewed, and we are not ready to take title, so we are not yet ready to be on that bond, but we will be. Green Acres, likewise, is an agency, multi-agency process that's progressing, as indicated in the report. You've got issues there with the borough being assisted from some Green Acres problems they have. Those will go away as part of this resolution. We have the Mr. Renero apparently has now finalized the revisions necessary to implement Green Acres, so we're good there. With respect to NJDOT, this is the process I'm not personally involved in. Tip of the spear is Howard Long, and he's working with Mr. Nagowski and our traffic consultant to progress and effectuate our desires in the plan, and it's been confirmed that our desires and our expectations will be reflected in the plan. Other than that, you'll see an engineering summary that is quite simply just reporting ongoing progress. Likewise, the public approvals that will be necessary to bring this matter to the point of developability. And then lastly, you have some project timelines. These have been the same timelines that we've been working under. As I've said, we're kind of updating those to reflect the additional length of time it took to get through Tidelands. It's important that you don't want to move the goalposts, but by the same token, we don't want our developer clock ticking while none of us are on the playing field. It just doesn't make sense. So we're going to update those matters. Other than that, I think we're seeing good progress on all fronts, and some of the larger tasks are behind us. That's it for me.
All right. Thank you, Mike. Any questions for Mike before we kick it over? Nope. All right. Moving on. Resolution of for new business, resolution number 12:034-21 of the Bellmawr Redevelopment Agency authorizing payment of outstanding bills.
I make a motion.
Second.
Was that Mr. Simpson on the second?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Jeff. All right. We'll do a roll call since financial. Chairman Philippek,
Yes.
Commissioner Bider,
Yes.
Commissioner Whitman,
Yes.
Commissioner Simpson.
Yes.
All right. All in favor, passes. Thank you, gentlemen. That brings us to public portion. I did notice we did have a member of the public on the line, so I want to give a few seconds if they would like to ask any questions. Now is the time to do so. Please unmute yourself if you do. All right, hearing none, we'll close the public portion. That brings us to a meeting adjournment.
Before we adjourn, I just want to thank all the members for the cooperation we've been getting for the whole year, and wish us all a happy holiday and safe and healthy one too.
Thank you, Chairman.
You as well, Frank.
Same to
I
you.
echo those sentiments.
Yeah, thank you, gentlemen. I know this is it's volunteer work, and thank you for joining us each month and reading the reports and engaging. So it's thankless, but we appreciate it. So
It's all good.
Josh, could you reflect that Dennis is in? He's,
yes, you know what I meant to do. The thank you, Mike.
Okay.
Dennis did join us into the meeting, the engineer. So we got you on the record. So that again wraps us back to a meeting adjournment.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second the motion.
All right, I think that was Tom, Mr. Whitman. Yeah. All right, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 All right, gentlemen, thank you. If we don't speak, happy holidays, Merry New Year, and we'll look for the reorganization meeting to to be scheduled sometime in January 2022. Of course, the municipal, the borough will have their reorg meeting on the 7th, so we'll plan accordingly after that. So in the meantime, thank you.
Enjoy your holidays, everybody.
All right.
Yeah. Good night,
Thanks,
everybody.